Greetings. Every country in this world have its elites. And what do I really mean by that? I'm speaking about the 1%ers, okay? People who basically are up at the top of the pyramid while the masses are at the bottom in poverty and mediocrity and most of all mental slavery. And so there are certain things that the elites are the 1% do not want you to know. Okay. And so in every country there are certain systems set up to rob you of your creativity. In short, to control your mind, to govern your mind. But hear this. When you're born in this world, you're born with your will, your perception, your intuition, your reasoning, your memory, and above all, your imagination. But they rob you of that. But when you come to think of it, you realize that this vehicle I'm sitting in, it was first a thought, it was first an idea, it was first imagined. Do you realize it was first invisible? And the invisible become visible? Well, if you understand how that science works, you wouldn't get tricked anymore. If you understand how that science really works, you'll move from the bottom of the pyramid right up to the top of the pyramid. You can become the 1%. But before you become the 1%, you move from the bottom of the pyramid and you come up in the, say, 50%. Then you can come up into the 20%. Then you come up into the 10% and the 5%. And if you understand how generational wealth really works, you can get up there in the 1%. You see, if you get the knowledge at a later stage in life, like me, okay, you'll definitely have to focus more on building your legacy and creating generational wealth, okay? And so, my brother and my sisters, what I've learned late, I'm teaching you early, okay? And these things, I didn't learn them from any school or any brotherhood or any secret society or any such thing, okay? I had an awakening experience. And since I was a little boy, I was having mystical experiences and I didn't really understand myself. I had a misunderstood life. And so people misunderstand me too. That's why they call me, hey, crazy man. People call me crazy. They call me stupid. They call me all different names, not knowing I was really trying to help them, trying to wake them up. But I come to the understanding why certain things would always be kept a secret, even though it's not a secret. But wise men, sages, prophets, mystics, they have always known that you are not existing in the universe. No. The universe actually exists within you. So everything you're beholding is a projection of that which is within you. Okay? So if you're beholding lack and scarcity and a poverty situation, it is because that is what you're seeing from within. That's the world you're building. Okay, that's how you're seeing yourself. And you're beholding the reflection. And most people do not know their own reflection. So they blame politicians, they go against the religion and so on, not knowing that everything is based on the perception. Of course, religion, politics, and all of these things are part of the systems that they use to govern your mind. But I'm saying to you that you came here alone, and you're going to leave here alone, and you have a mind. And the rich man, the poor man, the beggar man, the thief is one mind, but just different arrangement of that same mind. That is why if you're willing to humble yourself and to hire a mentor like me, I will teach you how to unlearn, relearn, and how to reprogram your subconscious mind. Okay, So you can experience a shift in your life. So you can shift from the bottom of the pyramid to the top of the pyramid. Okay. And so society is structured in a certain way. And unless you discover that certain way in which society is structured, you'll never be able to rise to the top of the pyramid. You'll never be able to operate in your true potential. You see, most people believe that they're born in this world to chase after the getting. Okay? But you're born in this world to go after the being, to seek to know who you are first. But you see, through these systems that I mentioned earlier, they make you become a competitive thinker instead of a creative thinker. Okay? So basically, it's like they put handcuff on your hands and on your head. Okay? The crown of thorns, they put that on your head. Okay, so when you're supposed to be the thinker and the doer, they make you become more of a competitor and a consumer. Okay, so you're just consuming, but you're not contributing because you're not tapping into your God power that you can use to achieve your every desire. So, my brother and my sisters, what am I really saying? I'm saying that you can be in the 1%, you can be in the 5%, you can be in the 10%, but you have to have goals in life. Okay, you have to understand that success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal, and you have to seek the ideal, okay, that you want in life. I know all the things that I want in life, and all of them have been fulfilling one by one, and I use the process of existence and the natural way of growth to grow myself, because everyone in this world, you're born crippled and you're born dumb. You couldn't speak, you couldn't walk. But as you develop and grow, okay, you become more intelligent. But some people do not understand that they have to keep educating themselves. But most people believe when they go to school and they get the program for the fields or for the factories, that their education ends there, and they labor all their life up until retirement. Okay, and the most they could see themselves having is something to take them everywhere they want to go and a place to sleep, and they pay bills for the rest of their life and never have any financial freedom because they're not free. Okay, they're still trapped in conformity and most of all mental slavery. But when you break free, it is because you would have discovered your true identity to be your divinity. That is why some people would always disagree with me. Some people wouldn't like me because most people trapped in secular Christianity that's pointing them to look outwardly. And when I tell you that you can never really know God, actually really know God and living from paycheck to paycheck. When you really know God, you would look around and you look at nature and you see nature has bring forth bountifully. And you would ask yourself if you're in alignment with nature or not. Have you ever seen the sea run dry from fishes? Have you ever seen a mango tree that just bringing forth 5 mangoes because there's only 5 people in the family and you have a mango tree in your yard, so you're only bringing forth 5? Could you believe that God is the creator and you believe in abundance? Do you realize that most people in my country believe that it is wrong to be rich and have a lot of money, and they believe that the reason why the 1% people don't go to church and be religious and superstitious like them is because they're watching money and they're worshiping money. But they fail to realize these are the people who are creating employment for them. You telling me the employee is higher than the employer? When the Bible say, what the Bible say? He say you shall be above on that one. Beneath. He say you shall be the lender on that one. The borrower. Most people in this island, the things that they possess, they borrow. Do you not realize that they carrying a bunch of yoke around their neck. Do you realize that there is a union of creditors? Do you realize that you can use the bank, but you don't have to allow the bank to use you? My brother and my sisters, when you realize that everything was first a thought and everything was first an idea and everything was first imagined, you know that the idea of the bank and the credit union and these things, it came from someone's mind. It wasn't money. It wasn't money. That was first. Even money was first a thought and it was first an idea. It was first imagined. So the elites are 1%, are 1%ers. They think a certain way. And many of them had certain things passed down to them in terms of certain things that was taught to them from lip to ears. I know exactly what I'm talking about. From lip to ears. For example, as I come to close, they take a walk in the city and you'll see all of the big businesses owned by people who went to grammar school and girls' high school. That's how it is. You see the biggest businessman in St. Vincent, he had 20 subjects. That is what qualifies him. Which kind of revolution you really believe in? Do you realize that the book was first? Imagine the bench, the desk, even the building you call school. You know, people still excited over CPA and CXA. Man, I don't want to start to go into certain things. Bro, you see that colonial mentality, the passed down, you break it. You think it's a coincidence certain families run certain things? Man, I don't want to talk certain things. I just want you to read between the lines. I just want you to think. And I can definitely say I grew up in one of the poorest families in this island. I talking from one who come from the bottom of the pyramid, to a man who have, I would say, the most books. Who have written the most books in this island. The only man must he come close must be Prime Minister. I think he have about 11, and I have more than that. Okay, so my brother and my sisters, I know what I'm talking about. Okay, as a matter of fact, as I come to, let me come to a close here, right? But I promise you I'll definitely do a video on bun pan. The bun pan mentality where I meet my grandmother and so on and them in, and I make a oath to myself. But I'll make a video on that and some other things. So if you listen to me and you like to suggest certain things you like me to speak on, if what I'm saying, if it resonates with you, if it makes sense to you, okay, and if you would like to read my books, which I know, I don't even think anybody in St. Vincent ever bought my books, but yet they always provide for me every month. You know, so my brother and my sisters, that's just to tell you something, okay? So if you like to have one-on-one with me, you can reach out to me, okay? You want to be a part of my inner circle, you can be, but it would not be cheap. Also, you want to be a part of my VIP too, you can, but it's not going to be cheap, okay? And there's nothing for free, okay? I have nothing to give for free, okay? My existence is not for free, neither yours. You breathe in and you breathe out, inhale and exhale. What do we think that is? It's an exchange, it's business. Everything is a business, okay? But most people fail to realize that the biggest business is the mind. Whenever you realize your mind is the biggest business, you will understand why old people always say, mind your business. But people don't understand these sayings. They take these sayings as common, okay? But these are deep things. So, my brother and my sisters, my last encouragement to you is to make sure you check out all of the links that are down below and let your intuition lead you and guide you into what to do. So with that being said, I just want to say peace, love you all, I'm out.